Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about gym etiquette, and it's going to be different in each gym. So make sure to consult your instructor for this. But usually when you come in, if you go onto the mats, you're going to make sure to have your shoes off. That's a 100% rule, no matter what gym you go to. Never shoes on the mats. Maybe sometimes it's going to be boxing shoes or wrestling shoes on there, but definitely no street shoes ever on the mats. And that's purely to allow it should be a clean working surface and just to respect as well. But if you're going to be training there and you're going to be sweating, maybe you have a cut on your face or whatever, you don't want to have somebody's dirt coming off their shoes and going right there to where you can risk an infection. That's probably one of the bigger ones where you're going to run into people getting ringworm and things like that. So definitely don't wear shoes on the mats. When you step onto the mats, some gym owners will have you bow to the center of the mat. So basically both hands down and a bow, so your hands will be like on your knees, and you just bow to the center of the mat. If you're putting on, and like I said, some of these apply, some of these don't. I'm just going to throw a couple of them out there so you can kind of be aware of them. When you're putting on your belt for the first time, or when you're coming into class putting on your belt, if the instructor's around, try to keep turn away from your instructor and turn away from the flags if you guys have flags up there, just so you don't disrespect the instructor. Again, like some gyms, they don't care about that. Some gyms do. And then trying to think of some of the other ones. When you start rolling and things like that, some instructors will will not allow you to ask a higher rank to roll with them. For me, that's never been a big issue, and I would say that's only probably in 20 or 30% of the gyms. But if say you're a white belt, a higher rank has to ask you to roll. You can't ask a higher rank to roll. Trying to think of some of the other ones. Pretty much before every session of grappling and stuff like that, they're gonna do usually a slap and a fist bump. Some people just do a slap, some people just do a fist bump. I would say most of the gyms do a slap and a fist bump, and then they actually start grappling. Significance of that really is, I think it comes from Brazilian culture and surf culture, and trying to think here, some of the other ones. When you all line up, usually if you're a big gym, you're going to line up in rows, so highest rank to lowest rank. If you're a smaller gym, maybe you're just going to have one line. We have just one line. We have about 40 people per class, but it's always going to be to the left of the instructor is going to be the highest rank and you're going to go to the lowest. And if you're brand new, you should be able to see it. When everybody lines up, it should be black, brown, purple, blue, white. So you should be able to see that fairly easily. But if you don't, usually the instructor will be facing one way and the students will be facing the other way. And so it'll be the high ranking, if we want to do it from the right or from the student side, high ranking students are on the right, low ranking students are on the left, or if I'm the instructor looking, the high ranking students should be on my left and the low ranking students should be on my right. And that pretty much is most of them. The other thing that I'll say is more towards the hygiene side of things. If you're coming off the mats, or if you're going into the bathroom, things like that, buy a pair of flip-flops. They're $1 at Walmart, and wear those, especially in the bathroom. A lot of people will call them pee feet. Don't go into the bathroom and have your feet, just bare feet, and pee and then come back onto the mats. Chances are somebody's peed all over the seat or whatever, and you're stepping in pee and then coming onto the mats, and then you just risk infection again. So I'm sure I can think of a couple more oddities, but for the most part, that's going to be it. You'll notice when you get a belt too, I should say this one, that there's a black bar and then there's without a black bar. Usually you want to check with your instructor first. I would say majority of the time it's going to be on the left side, but I've seen it done on the right side as well, or not even carrying. So check with your instructor and see which one they would like to have you do, because I would have you do that. But yeah, that should be pretty much most of them.